Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Stacy. I am going to wrap up the month of November. Actually, not November, it's March. That's what type of time that I'm on.
I really love that book, but I will give it a chance and see. Kindle, I downloaded originality 5 out of 5. I am excited to share with you the newest book that I read.
So I'm going to try to use this microphone to see if it helps me because I'm outside because I have a sleeper in the house that has to get up at 11:30 to work the graveyard shift. So that's why I'm out on my porch. But I have a lot of stuff to go over with y'all. March was my busiest month that I've ever been. Because I started off with a TBR list and I was sticking to it, but then I remembered BookCon was coming up. So I've been reading books of authors here and there that are going to attend BookCon, but I wanted to immersively read all of as many as possible. Not immersive because I read physically. Y'all know that. Excuse me, y'all. Percy is out here too. He's in the yard running wild and he needs to be over here. Anyways, Percy, that's my puppy child, I guess. So let's get started with everything that I read in the month of March. I read a total of 11 books. I had one 5-star read, which was Kindred by Octavia E. Butler. I think that's her name, Octavia Butler. And it was a paranormal fiction, time travel type situation through historical rims. Very, very good. I recommend if you haven't read anything by Octavia Butler. That was my first book that I read by her. I hear the other ones are kind of eerie, scary. This one was interesting. It's about a girl. She's living in the 1970s and she time warps to slavery with her. It's a black girl. She's time warps with her white husband. So that is the premise, and it is wild. It's a wild, wild story. So that was the first book that I finished reading this month. The second book that I read was The Girl I Was by Genova Rose, and it was a fiction. She also did the paranormal time travel to back to 2000s, like 2009, 2006-ish era. And that was interesting how she played that from current date to going back to her younger self and giving advice to that girl to see if anything changed from back then today. If she would have did anything different, what would she have done? That was really, really cool how she did that time travel. The next book that I ended up reading was The Perfect Find. It is a show on Netflix, I think. I haven't watched the show just yet because I've been buried in my reading. And this is by Tia Williams. Tia Williams, she's going to be at BookCon and she writes, she used to do young adult, but I think she's solely into romance. I love romance. Easy, 4 stars with that one. My husband's wife already gifted this book away, unhauled it to a friend, and that was by Alice Feeney. And I gave the book 3.5, 4 stars. It's a definitely a thriller, typical popcorn thriller. You want to know what happened, who done it, and twists and turns throughout that book. And I read it in a couple days. Very good. There's another book that I am unhauling called My Husband's Wife by Jane something. I'm gonna leave her name on here so y'all can see it. But she is, I DNF that book. It was a UK novel, London, and it just was this guy. He was in jail, and the prosecutor and the lawyer. It was in the judicial justice system and thriller realm, and it was probably good. I am just under a time crunch right now, so I just couldn't focus on it. And I wanted to read My Husband's Wife before a book club meeting, and I just got distracted and I just DNF'd that book. And I'm gonna unhaul it because it just really wasn't piquing my interest at all. I didn't rate that book because I didn't finish it. Book of the Night by Holly Black. I tried this one. It was a fantasy, shadow magic. This girl, she was like the star of the show, and no, it was a 1 for me. I didn't care for that one too much. And I guess because, not because fantasy is not my world, but it just wasn't a good read for me personally. Read at your own risk. I did do a book review on that one. Now, this book, If the Shoe Fits, this one is by Julie Murphy. She is a plus size writer. I don't like that, but she's a fiction writer, and this book is about a plus size Cinderella girl goes to a reality show. So good. Y'all know I love me some Flavor of Love. I love the America's Next Top Model. All of that. Give me the reality shows back in the prime of it. The Bachelor, For the Love of Ray J. All of that. All of that. Jersey Shores, love it. Couldn't get enough. So that type of reality show is what was written into this book. This girl goes into a house, and of course Prince Charming is like the Bachelor. His name is Henry, and her two sisters get to go. She has a stepmom, and it goes through the story with the dad and her real mom, and dealing with grief. Very, very good story. I like the parallel comfortingness of Cinderella-ish in that story. I liked it. Y'all might not, but it was a hit for me. I gave that book. Let me see, what did I do? I think I gave that book like 4 stars, three and a half, 4 stars. It wasn't the best book I ever read, but it gave me like that nostalgic of Cinderella, and I appreciate that. Whew. They got mosquitoes out here, y'all, and they love my blood type. Anyways, so that was If the Shoe Fits. The next book that I read was The Book of Two Ways. And this book was pretty interesting. I read this because this author's going to be at BookCon. I can never say her name. Jodi Picoult.
Jodi
Picoult.
Picoult.
I don't even know how to pronounce the lady name. Help me. I cannot say her name. I need to Google it or just like watch a YouTube video with somebody saying her name right, or an interview or something. But I read her book. It was literary fiction. I gave the book 3 stars. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't the best. It gave me some information about a grief doula, which was cool. I really enjoyed that spin on finding out about a grief doula. And she studied Egypt as well. Yeah, so it was someone who studied the culture of Egypt. I love that she put like the Egyptian writing in that book. Cool. Liked it. The next book, gave the book a 3 star, 3.5 stars. The next book that I read was Bright. Here you go. Remarkably Bright Creatures. And this book, very, very good. Highly rated. I do recommend it. It's going to be a movie coming out soon. For me, it just registered as like a 3.5. I love the octopus in the story, just like everybody loved Rocky. He was like the star in Project Hail Mary. The octopus was the star of this story. So if you haven't read this book, I do recommend. And look how pretty it is. I had to do it. All these books were read physically too. This, look at the little fishies on the edges and the coral on the side, the yellow. And the people in the book club meeting, I read it for book club meeting. They were like, oh my gosh, can I see your book? What did they say? And then they had questions in the back of this book too, which was pretty cool. I liked the physical copy of this book. But they say the octopus had a cool voice in this book as well. So, yeah. So that is that with this Remarkably Bright Creatures book. The next book that I have going, it is Children of Blood and Bone, and this is a fantasy book as well. I only have a couple pages left, and I'll be finished with this book tonight. And she's going to be at BookCon. I did not get a chance to buy her book at Second and Charles because it wasn't available when I went back to look for it. So I'm going to hold off on the second book of this one. She has a third book too, but this one is going pretty well. It's probably going to be a solid like 3-star book for me because, of course, you know, fantasy is just not my jam. This one, it is keeping my interest. I will say that. I will say it is holding my interest, and I'm following the story along really, really well. I love the aesthetics of this book. Fantasy always gets me with the aesthetics. That's going to get you to buy the book. Now you got to keep me with the character names and then like the language and stuff. This one, it has like the clans, the Magi clans, which is like the magic, and they have like the prince and the princess and the poor people, which are the magical, like everyday townspeople. And very good. I like how she did it. The characters, they are not like creatures that are like fairy-ish. They're more like colorism-ish. One of them is like dark skin with white hair and brown eyes, and you see all of that in this story. It's very cool. Now the next book, it is 7 Days in June, but I think it's buried in my book haul. Y'all, lo and behold, the book I've been looking for this whole time. 7 Days in June. I had to rent this book from the library because it was buried underneath my other books. So I am enjoying this. It is good. I love how she structured it. It goes from like 2000 to 2004 and Wednesday. She structured this book very well, and it talks about uh, her life in Louisiana where her mom was set, and then with this boy, they both trauma bonded together. And then she's an author, writer, he's an author, writer, and they secretly both was writing about each other in their in their fictional novels. And she pulled that together. She has a teenage daughter who gives her a lot of problems, and I'm just like, okay. The Perfect Find was good. I think so far that's still my favorite one. That was my first book that I read by her, but this one is highly up there too. She knows how to write a good male character, and she also knows how to hold your attention with the plot and the subplot without it being all over the place. Like if you can see it, she has it to where like the characters' names and stuff just make sense. So yeah, this is on the running to being signed at BookCon. Because that morning, that's when I went to Second and Charles this past Saturday on March 28th to do the book haul that I've been waiting for all year. This is like, I ain't gonna say the Super Bowl for readers because my Super Bowl is gonna be at BookCon. This is like the playoffs or March Madness because I went to Dollar Tree and I did a haul at Dollar Tree and I got a lot of great books from Dollar Tree. I'm gonna go over that in a minute, and also my Second and Charles books. It was good. I did very well. I'm gonna calculate how much money I spent too because I didn't get a chance to write all of that down just yet, but we're gonna see. So that is it with every book that I read this month. The lowest book that I rated was that Book of the Night by Holly Black. I think I gave it like a 1.5 star. I did finish it, but the best one was Kendrick, which was 5 stars. So y'all, I did get a chance to go to the movies and see Colleen Hoover's movie, um, Reminders of Him. And y'all know I love me some Colleen Hoover. I know she has a bad rep for writing fiction that includes domestic violence and celebrating and romanticizing people's trauma. And this one was in that category. They should not have made a book. They should not have made a movie for this book. But I think she is doing like a money grab situation because she's popular and she already had Regretting You, and she had that one with Blake Lively. It Ends with Us, and now this one that I just saw, Reminders of Him, and then she's coming out with Verity next. So it's like a money grab. Girl, do you wrote these books, now you're putting them into movies. That's like every author's favorite dream, not to just be a show, because she does have a show. It was called Confess, and it's on like Tubi or something like that. Like I didn't watch that one, but she needs to. I guess she's just got the production deal where they let her do these movies. But that, whoop, book, that wasn't the best. I just say that the most. Ledger, the guy that played him, Tyreek, that's my little boyfriend now. He is cute. The girl, I don't know her name, but she was so basic and boring. Like, no. She was so dry too. I did not enjoy her performance in that show, in that movie. So save y'all money. Wait till it come out on Amazon, because you don't need to go to movies to see that one. It was like a Lifetime, basically Tubi movie that was in the movie theater. Yeah. So I went on a random Monday during the day, 3 o'clock, and got me the largest popcorn and daiquiri in the movie theater and just enjoyed myself because I'm a Colleen Hoover fan. But I see a lot of people giving that movie like 1 tomato or 0 tomatoes on Rotten Tomatoes. it ain't worth y'all time to go see that one. So that's that with that top with that Colleen Hoover's movie. No thanks, no girl, no. But I cannot wait to see Verity. I got my sweatshirt. I'm gonna rep that sweatshirt with for Verity when it comes to movies. I've been ordered that like when she first announced it. So I am in the cohorts fan. I'm in the Colleen Hoover group of people. Not because of TikTok. I liked her before she got real popular on TikTok. And also like I get her humor just like Rachel Hawkins. We're in that Sagittarius dark gang. Like I just y'all if you know, you know. So that is my rant on the Colleen Hoover book, I mean, slash movie that came out. That's in theaters right now. Yeah, it's getting dark out here. So then, this is the books that I'm reading for book club. It's going to be, this ain't my first rodeo for my personal book club. And I got the Walmart edition. And this is going to be April 26th. April 26th on a Sunday. And then I signed up for the one book club that I'm doing at the shop, and it is Allie Hazelwood, The Deep End. This will be my first Allie Hazelwood book. I have no clue what it's about, but I think it's a sports romance, and we're just gonna see how that reads. And what else I have? Oh yeah, I didn't sign myself up for 2 arcs. So one of the arcs is called We Already Dug a Grave, and this is by Emma C. Wells, and I read her book, This Girl's a Killer. I liked it. She's a thriller writer. She's from Hammond, or she's really from Mississippi, but she lives in Louisiana, and she came to the bookshop, so I signed myself up to read an early advanced copy of her book. This is my first time ever reading anything like this, so I'm on the time crunch. I have like like 3 months to read the book, so I'm going to read it within this month. And then another book is called Savvy Summers and Po' Boy Peerless, and it's by Sandra Jackson or Opolo or something like that. I don't know her last name, but I signed up for that one because it's like a lot of foodie references in this book. And y'all know I'm a foodie. When I'm not reading, I'm probably at a restaurant drinking and eating. So yeah, those are my 2 arcs. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing this until I get this TBR stacked down because baby, what is you doing? Stacy, what is you doing? What is you doing trying to get an arc? So y'all gonna hear those. So that is my TBR obligations that I have for the month of April. And I am going to go to BookCon, and so I'm still on the journey to reading more of those authors. Let me see. I'll grab them and show y'all what I'm going to read next. I have 2 more books that I plan to read because they're real popular right now, and I bought them for during Black History Month. And that is this pretty book right here, Where Wildflowers Grow. And I'll knock this out. It's literary fiction. Y'all know I love me some literary fiction. And then Cleopatra, because y'all know I love the cover of this, and I'm gonna read that by itself. So these are my official TBR books along with those 2 arcs that I signed up for. So that's 6 books. I feel like I can manage that. Now moving on to BookCon and the people that I promised that I would not promise, but that I plan to read more of. So I said I'm finishing this one. Next, I want to get in, I'm going to save this because this is another fantasy book. She's going to be there and I'm going to get this signed. But I'm going to move and switch gears and go back to my comfort, which is Jasmine Guillory's book. And this is like, I want to say Beauty and the Beast. We're going to see because that's what I'm getting from the rose and then the poor. Like, we're going to see. We're going to see. She does have this one, and this is in the series, but it's out of order, so I don't know if I'm going to get to that. I've already read this lady's book, but it wasn't my favorite, but I do want to read something else by her, so I might read this one as well, and it is a literary fiction, and I heard great things from a client that loved this book. This one is another of the Jasmine, and y'all know I can get through these romance really, really easy, really good, so that is that for BookCon. This lady, and I bought her books as well just in case I don't love this one. I bought another one of her books from Second and Charles because I'm gonna get through this one as well. And I've been knocking them out, reading like 3 books a week that are the authors that's gonna be at BookCon. And last but not least, a love song for Ricky Wilde. So with those 6 books, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I ain't never read 13 books in a month in my life, but I'm on the train to get it done. So we'll just go and see if I can do it. Okay, y'all ready for a book haul? Let me show y'all what I got from Dollar Tree. Well, I got this from Barnes & Noble, $5 counter, and this is only like 100 pages, 190 something pages. And this is just going to be like a palette cleanser for me. Now the books I got from Dollar Tree, I got a lot of books from Dollar Tree, y'all. I ain't much gonna lie. And I've been going to different ones because Blake had me shopping for a certain type of popcorn that they were sold out of at his main one. So I done been to like 4 or 5 different Dollar Trees. And every time I go in Dollar Tree, I feel like I got to go look at the books and see if they got something more or something different or something great. So I ended up with a huge haul from Dollar Tree. And this is not from just one. This is like throughout my whole parish. Because, Louisiana, we got parishes out here. Like y'all would have counties. And I bought, I don't know how many books from Dollar Tree. Because, they like $1.25 here. $1.50, $1.25. So this is my Dollar Tree haul. Let's see how many books I got from Dollar Tree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 books from Dollar Tree. So 17 times 1, I'll just say 1. Hold on, let me write this down. 17 times $1, and I'll say 50 cents. Let me do the math real quick.
A few moments later.
All right, y'all, I'm back. So I added up all these books. I might be a little dark right now because it ain't got dark out here. So it is $25.50 for my 17 books. So I am not mad. I ain't mad. So Loaf at First Sight. This is one of the books that I got. I'm gonna put them right here. I'm putting them back in the basket as I list them. An Observant Wife. And I'm not gonna tell y'all what they're about just yet because I'll be here all day telling y'all what these books is about. Love and Scams. This is a guy I know. He is in the LGBTQ community, and I looked at his picture in the back. That's how I pick. I'll just look at the authors in the back and see if they look interesting, and I'm like, okay, Dollar Tree, sold. So y'all see me looking. It's not to see if they like black, white, or whatever. I just look and see if they look interesting to me, and if they do, and it's a fairly new book, I'm like, okay, we're gonna do this. These bugs are going crazy, y'all. I'm about to probably bring it inside in a minute. If the author looks interesting enough, or if I know them from somewhere, Suzanne Park. She's a Korean American writer and comedian who was born and raised in Tennessee. So I just go by the author. I don't read the and sometimes if I have time, I will read the synopsis and say, okay, this is $1.25. Why not? And if it's a rom-com, so Ellie is cool now. This is about this girl who goes back. She's a TV writer. She goes back to her high school for the class reunion. And I think she's cool now. This book was priced at Walmart at $10.88. I got it for $1.50. $1.25, $1.50. The Girl Who Fell from the Sky. This is a winner of the Bellwether's Prize for Fiction. And I did look this one up and I was just like, okay, this sounds very good. It's highly rated on all platforms. And I'm like, you're going to get read very, very soon. And this is the author for it. She's a graduate from Stanford University, Columbia University Graduate School of Journalism, and Yale Law School. And I'm Heidi D. Duro. Y'all know I'm country. This one, Dollar Tree. And this is a Oprah Winfrey literary hub. And this is a LGBTQreads.com. So something is going on in the community. And I'm for it. Go for it. And I'm a supporter of them. Like, I am a supporter of them, even though I'm not in the, not in the community. I still love that community and everything they stand for. The Messy Lives of Book People by Phaedra Patrick. And I was like, okay, Messy Lives of Book People. That sounds so, I didn't even read what this was about, but I was like, it sounds good. Dollar. Sold. And I got I got 3 new bookshelves too, but they like small. You know, the kind that go like a tree like this. So that's why I was okay with buying these books, because I ain't have nowhere to put them. But now I have the window. I'll have to show y'all it, but it's like the window sill, and it's in that area where I can post these books or host them up. So this one, I actually got this one from Oxlot, from the $5 counter. You Make My Heart Stop. It reminds me like that Wild Thing. And the $5 book came with your purchase or whatever. So I got this one from Oxlot. My Policeman. And this one, it is a show on Prime Video. And who plays in it? It is one of the Jonas Brothers, I think. Somebody is starring in this. No, not Jonas Brothers. Harry Styles. He's playing in this. And this sounds very good. It kind of reminds me of Giovanni's Room. If you know, you know. And basically this policeman, he catches, you got to read it. I'll tell you about this. So it is in 1950s that Maureen's first catch sights of Tom. He teaches her to swim, gently guiding her through the water in the shadows of the city's famous pier. Myron is smitten, determined to love her alone will be enough for both of them. A few years later, Tom meets Patrick at a curated museum. Patrick is bestowed and opens Tom's eyes to a sophisticated new world of art, travel, beauty. Tom is their policeman, and in this day and age, it is safer for him to marry the lady and meet Patrick in secret. So the two lovers must share him until one of them breaks and 3 lives are destroyed. So somebody gonna tell this book gonna be messy. These mosquitoes are wild. Dollar Tree, The Way From Here. I love the cover. It's like it's gonna give us some type of traveling out of somewhere. I'm gonna escape, and it's like 3 generations worth of secrets, and they are gonna go living in the swinging 60s in London. So we're in London for this book. And I just love the cover. Loved it. Had to get it. Dollar. Let me see. I have part 1 for this one. I don't know if it's convention that I had. I got this years ago from Ali. Like one of the first books I ever bought from Ali. And this one, it is Confidence. And guess what? I still ain't read the first one from her. But that was a Dollar Tree. This one, Target book, Amazing Grace Adams. Do y'all have Dollar Tree in y'all area? Y'all got Dollar Tree? So this one, I think she just like left her family high and dry, and then she came backpedaling or something. So her daughter is like hating her, and her husband is like, what you trying to do, girl? And I think she's just like trying to get back in good grace with her family. Probably Ruby. This one, love the cover for this one. It came out in, this is the story of a woman in search of herself and her every sense. Let me see. This book came out in 2020 when it was very popular, but I love the paisley design that they have on this. And probably Ruby, that's my niece's name. And I know it's going to be a mess. I just know it. Literary fiction, y'all know that's my like bread and butter too. I love me some literary fiction and romance. Y'all have to go inside. These mosquitoes are eating me up. Woo! Okay. Her Good Side, Rebecca Witherspoon. I have no idea what this is about. I think photography, 16-year-old. It's a YA book. So there. Redwood Court. This one, it's been on my radar for a very long time. And I kept passing up. When I saw it in Dollar Tree, I was like, okay, girl, it's your time. And this book was $28 in Barnes. So a breathtaking debut about an unforgettable family seen through the eyes of the youngest daughter as she comes of age in the 1990s. So very good. This one, I think she's a Canadian writer, and Simi River. And this is also a Good Morning America's book. This is Read's Club Books. So anytime they have their stamp on there, Dollar Tree, run it. We're going to read it. Rivers Sing Me Home. And this one, it is a historical fiction in 1834. So yeah, this is like a Caribbean plantation, Barbados type situation. And I am so interested in that. So that is that. And the last book that I have is called Flipping Boxcars. And this one is a Cedric and Kyle's book, meaning Cedric the Entertainer. And he co-wrote a book, and he's an original king of comedy, but this is like a crime debut crime capper of Cedric the Entertainer. Y'all know who he is. Yeah. So I gotta go inside. I'm gonna have to do my Second and Charles book haul in the house. Now it's time for the Second and Charles book haul. First, I do use the library. So this is on my TBR list from the library, and it is due back April 22nd. So I will read The Keeper of Lost Children with that stack that I mentioned earlier. Soon and very soon. That is a historical fiction by Sadiqa Johnson. And y'all know the last time I got her library book, it was so good. The Yellow Wife, I had to go buy it. And then when I saw The House of Eve, that was an auto buy. But I've been holding off because I'm not supposed to be buying books. But I went to Second and Charles and bought books. This one wasn't available because this is like a new release. Probably next year I'll get it and be able to get it signed and everything. But yeah. So Keeper of Lost Children will be getting read, so I don't have FOMO. Everybody's reading all the new books. Library book. Check out your local library. This one, these two were from TJ Maxx. Had to go buy Blake some socks for work, and I bought this for $5.99. And it is a short book one in a fantasy called The Coven. In this book, it is Race to be my father's weapon against the coven that took away his sister and his birthright. I would do anything to protect my younger brother from suffering the same fate. My duty forces me to the secret town of Crystal Hollow and the prestigious Hollows Grove University, where the best and the brightest of my kind learn to practice their magic free from human judgment. So this is book one, and I love the cover of book two. It's purple. This one was $5.99. This one, Heart the Lovers, and this one is almost like a 5-star on Goodreads. And this is like the latest masterpiece from the author of Writers and Lovers, and Euphoria captures all fevered obsessions of 20-somethings romance, plus a deeper satisfaction of watching characters evolve beyond young, full hang-ups into fully realized adults. And this is from the Oprah Daily, and I love the colors, pink and orange. Such a pretty book. Had to get it from TJ Maxx. This was $14.99. And it was by the register. Crazy. All right, let's get down to business with this Second and Charles haul. And this only happens like once or twice a year. And you're allowed to get 5 books. And I got my 5, and then my cousin got her 5, and I put that with my stack. And then I bought, I think, 3 extra books that did not comply, but it was also a good deal because the book was like $3 or so without the sale. And I'll tell y'all how many pages was in each one of these books. This one was on my radar for last year. This is book 1 of the Emily Wilde series by Heather Fawcett. And this is the Encyclopedia of Fairies. I've been wanting this book for a very, very long time, so I could not pass this book up. And this book was $3.35. $3.35. Normally it would have been $18. This one I had to get to because I went to Books a Million, which is in Slidell, and I really wanted this book. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna get it. I don't need any books right now. And this book was on the sale for $7.95 or something like that at Books a Million. And you know, Second Charles is Books a Million's like child. So those are like partner companies. And I was like, they don't have. When I went back the next day, they sold that book. I looked high and low. They did not have it. Somebody bought the book, so I had like regret for not getting the Stephen King book. And if you haven't noticed, and it's called You Like It Darker, and it's small, it's short stories. But if you look at the cover, it's an alligator on it, and it's shaped like an island. So I got this book with a penny per page sale, and let's see how much it is. This sale only lasts for 1 day, so you have to catch it whenever they do it, and I get the alerts. This book was $5.02. Normally it would have been $30 at Books a Million, and I could have got it for $7, but I got it for the $5.02. And marked down at Second and Charles, it was $14.95, but $5.02 with a penny per page. Cleopatra and Frankenstein. I could not pass this book up. This book was, let's see how many pages. $3.70. And the author, her name is Coco Mellors. She grew up in London and New York. She received her first MFA in fiction from New York University. And I love this book because of the cover, of course, but also the story. It says 24-year-old British painter Cleo has escaped from England to New York and still finding her place in a sleepless city. From a few months before her student visa ends, she meets Frank. So it's like Cleopatra and Frankenstein. I think somebody's an alcoholic, somebody has mental issues, and it's a literary fiction. So yeah, very cool. This is the book that I was telling y'all about from Chloe Gong, and this is part 1 of her other series in case I don't like the other one that I'm reading by her, the Four Fortune Ladies or something like that. But they both are rated really high, and she's like a real popular fantasy writer. So we'll see. These Violet Delights, and this is a New York Times bestseller, and I really, really love her cover on these books. This one, y'all know these thick books are a lot. It would have been $19. I got it for $4.49. Yeah, $4.49. And if you haven't noticed, I go for the hardcovers. This one was on my radar for a while too. And I say radar because my gym is connecting to Second and Charles. So my gym is, I can go work out and go look at books right next door. I try not to do that, but sometimes I just browse. And this one, the personal library, it was on the Good Morning America book club list. And it's about this lady, and she's 20 something, and she's hired at JP Morgan for some type of job, but she is basically passing as white. So yeah, white passing. And this is interesting because it is written by a white lady and a black lady. And this book is very acclaimed to be like really, really well written. And it says in her 20s, Belle DaCosta Green is hired by J.P. Morgan to curate a collection of rare manuscripts, books, and artwork for his newly built library. Belle becomes a fixture in New York City society and one of the most powerful people in the art of book world. Known for her impeccable taste and shredded negotiations for her critical work, she helps create the world-class collection. But Belle has a secret, one she must protect at all costs. She was born not Belle the Costa Green, but Belle Marion Greener. She is the daughter of Richard Greener, the first black graduated of Harvard, and well-known advocate for equality. Bella's complexion isn't dark because of her Portuguese heritage that lets her pass as white. Her complexion is dark because she is African American. So very cute. So that is my first 5. And this one, let me see how many pages. This one is 341 pages, so it was $3.41. I didn't do the math on these yet. I'm gonna have to stop the camera and calculate for y'all in a minute. But that is, you only get 5 books. So my cousin, her books, I'm saying her books because I'm gonna give these to her. She couldn't make the sale, but she lets me use her number. So I'll go. It starts at 8 a.m. and I'll go before work, and then I'll work all day, and I'll think about books that I didn't get a chance to get or I wanted to get a second look at and just use her number when I go back. So I did that this year and it was fine. So The Poison We Drink. This is the only thing more dangerous than magic is power. And I saw this book and it's about a love potion. It's dangerous business and it's about some witches and they go to the school. And so love potions are a dangerous business. Brewing has painful, debilitating side effects, and getting caught means death or a prison sentence. But Venus is most afraid of is the dark Senate magic within her. So she's afraid of her own magic, and I love how they have her with the pink hair. And if you look here, she has like a light going on in her. So that's her magic inside of her. And this is the author, and she is a preschool inclusion advocate by day and a young adult novelist by night. If she's not writing the inclusion support plan or a story, she does retail therapy in a Florida bookstores, takes scheduled naps with her 3 chaotic evil dogs. Very cool. This one, let me see when this book came out. The Poison We Drink. And this is signed. How cute. Signed. This book came out in 2024. Let's see how many pages. 466 pages. There. So it would have been $18.99. 466 pages, or $4.66. I get that right? Yeah. This one, Alice Meany. Y'all know I just read My Husband's Wife, and I read His and Hers. This one is called Daisy Darker. I was gonna get another book by her, but I didn't see it when I went back. So I got this one, Daisy Darker, and it would have been $28, and I got it for $3.38. She's a UK writer, and I've liked the 2 books that I read by her, so she might become my new auto buy. Yeah. Oh, let me turn this around. Yeah, Daisy Darker. The next one, I have his book that he written, and he's going to be at BookCon. His name is Dustin Theo. He is Vietnamese American writer based in New York. And this book was $2.98. And it says it would have been $11.99 or $20 at most, but I did buy that other book at TJ Maxx at a discounted price. But this one wasn't there, and this is like not part 2, but another story about, it's like You Reach Sam. So that was the other book that I got, and I just love how pretty his books are. Pink and blue. I love those colors together with the magenta, and then you see like it looks like cherry blossoms. Cool. And I could not pass this one up. It was Did I go over? I already said it. I forgot if I said the number. $2.92. No, $2.98. Take My Hand. And this one is a historical fiction, literary fiction type of book, right up my alley. And it would have been 27 USA dollars. And I got it for $3.59. And I've seen this book all over social media last year. Let me see, when did it come out? 2022. She had another book called Wench, but I'll just go back and get that one whenever I'm done reading this one, if I enjoy this. So that is for this one. One of my friends on BookTube read this book last year, and I think they said it was okay, but of course I got to read it for myself and see. And this is going to be one of my fall books that I read this year, The Twilight Garden, and it was $12 and no, it was not $12. It would have been $12.95 at Second and Charles, but got it for $3.87. Let me make sure. $3.91. Something's off because I got 3 more books. I said I got 13 books, so that is it with my book haul. But I think I bought, yeah, I ended up getting 3 extra books. But so I think it was all the paperback books I may have gotten. Yeah, I got all the paperback books, and all the hardcover books is the ones that I ended up getting because I'm a hardcover type of person. Because y'all know I'm rough on these books. This one was the one I got, Immortal Dark, and this was the first one that I saw. Look how cool this book looks. Seek mind above blood, and if you must bleed, use it as ink. One of my book club friends loved this book, so even if I didn't get it for the price, it says no soul can enter without an invitation, and this is the author, and it gives us a lot of details with this book. And honestly, this book would have only been $7.95 if I would have just paid full price for it at Second and Charles. So I wasn't mad at that. I don't know why books are so low in there, but I ended up paying $4.20 for this book. Yeah, $4.20. Now these books, Vicious Games, it was marked down to $3. This one, I saw it last year, A Romantic Agenda, it was $7.95. And I feel like this one was $8.95, but I don't know if I paid full price for this or I got it with a penny per page. So that is all that I have for y'all tonight with my book haul. Let me show you. So these are my Second and Charles books that I got this year. This is my second year going to Second and Charles to get a book haul. And very rare that I buy books full price ever, unless it's a book club pick or I treated myself for when was it? February, Black History Month. But yeah, that is all that I have for my Second and Charles book. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.